One people thems. So I think Gabriel Enrique's come out with a song, which I saw flash up on my YouTube today because I was away at the weekend. So I've only seen it today, so I'm like, oh, that'll be juicy. But before I dive into that, um, I really want to understand. Like, so obviously, a lot of people know that I'm a Beyonce fan. Love me some Beyonce on this channel. And this is definitely a performance I've seen before, and I did mention this in my reaction to either 16 Carriages or Texas Hold'em, that Beyonce had performed with the Dixie Chicks before at the CMAs, and there was some kind of backlash about the fact that she was performing with them, and the fact that Beyonce was performing at the CMAs at all. And it's just so ironic. It's just so ironic that I was thinking about that just today. I was literally thinking about the performance just today. And then Beyonce's come out with a very long kind of caption on the announcement of her new album that's coming out, which has already garnered so much kind of like talk and chat and people being like, oh no, can't be playing this and can't be playing that. Like, you're not country, you don't sound country, like country belongs to the, and it's just so crazy. Like, it's just so mad. We've not even heard the full album yet, and already there's all this discourse about whether she can or cannot be in this space. And like, I was talking about it with some of my friends earlier, and I was like, I just find it so ridiculous that we're now trying to dictate as to what genre of music someone is allowed to bring out. The first thing I thought about when I heard not this performance anyway, and also the songs that I reacted to recently, was I felt there were country vibes in it for me, like the instruments that were being used. There were elements of like country vibes in the song, and I was like, I can hear them. That was my take, and I wasn't mad about it. So I'm like, why are people getting so bent out of shape? I kind of want to remind myself about this performance because I feel like this was a performance that did garner a lot of attention at the time, and a lot of people were mad about it. But from my memory and from my recollection, it was a sick performance. So let's remind ourselves, shall we? This already sounds like a vibe.
Texas.
This is the capital of where again?
Texas. Came into this world, Daddy's little girl. But Daddy made a soldier out of me. Daddy made me dance. Daddy held my hand. But Daddy liked his whiskey with his tea. We rode motorcycles, blackjack, classic vinyl, tough girl is what I had to be. He said, take care of your mother, watch out for your sister. That's when Daddy looked at me with his gun, with his head.
I love this dude.
He told me not to cry. Oh, my daddy said shoot. Oh, my daddy said shoot. With his right hand on his rifle, he swore it on the Bible. My daddy said shoot. Oh, my daddy said shoot. He held me in his arms and he taught me to be strong. He told me when he's gone, here's what to do. When trouble comes to town. Second Amendment.
Why am
He always played it cool. Daddy was no fool. Right before he died, he said, remember, ooh, take care of your mother. Watch out for your sister. That's when Daddy looked at me. With his gun, with his head held high, he just told me not to cry. Oh, my daddy said shoot. Oh, my daddy said shoot. With his right hand on his rifle, he swore it on the Bible. My daddy said shoot. Oh, my daddy said shoot. He held me in his arms. He told me to be strong. He told me when he's gone, here's what to do. Keep those hands up. When trouble comes to town, men like me come around. Oh, my daddy said shoot. Oh, my daddy said
Matthew McConaughey. I'm feeling mighty country.
They sound tired, but they don't sound happy. They got money, but they don't have cash. They got jewelry, but they don't have hate. I think. My daddy warned me about men like you. He said, baby girl, he's playing you. He's playing you. My daddy warned me about a man like you. He said, baby girl, he's playing you. He's playing you. When trouble comes in town, men like me come around. Oh, my daddy said shoot. Oh, my daddy said shoot. When trouble comes to town, men like me come around. Oh, my daddy said shoot. Oh, my daddy said good job, B.
That is so sick.
Happy 50th anniversary to you, man.
That is so sick.
Here's a two-time Super Bowl.
Do you know what? Yeah. There's one more clip here. 1 second. Winners react to Beyonce's surprise performance.
Well, we didn't even know they were going to be here until like yesterday. So it was all very hush hush, and we'd be like reading our scripts, and we're like, who is this TBD performance like in our scripts? But I mean, it is the 50th, and we were expected to go all out, and I feel like we did, and we wanted to just include as many legends as we possibly could in one way or another, whether they were singing, little snippets, or we had them on the bumpers coming in, or being able to acknowledge them in the audience. We just wanted to elevate the show and just have as many people there as possible.
There's country music royalty in the house. There's hip-hop royalty in the house. I mean, I just hung out with Jay-Z for 10 minutes. That was the weirdest thing ever, but awesome. But
I did meet Miss Beyonce yesterday briefly, and she was very kind, and we didn't have everybody was running around getting ready for the rehearsals and all that kind of thing, but we didn't have a very long conversation. We talked about what food was good in town. So she's everything you want her to be. She's just a classy lady, and I'm proud that she could take the time to come and show up.
Do you know what? I'm so glad I watched that, yeah, because obviously I've got my thoughts and I've got my, you know, obviously my beehive hat is always going to be like, in Beyonce's corner to a degree, but you're able to kind of put that to one side to just listen to just the music. Just you've got people in the audience because the way that it would sound, it would be as if everybody rejected and everybody had an issue. And the thing is, that's just not the way the world works. That's not it. You have a handful of people, they've got something to say, something to moan about, right? But actually, if people just sat and listened, I can't imagine how anybody would not be able to pick up vibes from that performance. Do you know what I mean? Irrespective of nothing else. Like, irrespective of everything else, sorry, just sitting there and just embracing what the performance was. The tune has got like such a ridiculously catchy hook. Do you know what I mean? Like it's steeped in that kind of like, listening to that. I mean, what she's singing about, having rifled and it's giving bales of hay with land and boots. Do you know what I mean? This is not giving, Birmingham, UK. It's not doing that. So like I just find it really odd that someone could ever look back and be like, oh, she hasn't got any country roots or country vibes, or the song that she sang was able to be blended with another song. I don't know if that's a Dixie Chick song or whatever, but that was giving the height of fiddles and all sorts. Like that's giving like how can you say that she doesn't belong there? Or would go in any way, shape, or form to make her feel uncomfortable, or that they weren't able to even show. Because that's another thing I read, allegedly they weren't even able, they had so many complaints about it that they had to take the performance down. It's only through people commenting and being like, what the actual f, like they eventually they felt compelled to kind of put the performance back up. So the only reason I'm even talking about this, because usually I don't even get involved in any of the dramas or the messes that are going on, but obviously as a Beyonce fan, anything that's going on with Beyonce is always going to be something that I am interested to have a look at. And it's just interesting that she's made this statement, this I don't want to call it courageous, but just this iconic statement which you would expect of someone who is now at that point of being an icon, irrespective of what anybody wants to say. And she's not just talking about the how she was left feeling about not being accepted in this space, or not being made to feel welcome in this space. But she's speaking on what she then went to do about it. So this album is coming out in 10 days' time. There's been 5 years in the making. I cannot wait to hear it, because I can only imagine where somebody might have taken that and been like, I'm just not welcome, so let me back away. And da-da-da. She's like, well, no, actually, there's absolutely no reason that I should be welcome here. So watch me now take over. Watch me now shine in this space. Because actually this space should be for all, and it shouldn't be any gatekeepers for that. So I really rate that, and I rate that Chris Stapleton, spoke highly of her, and was gracious and grateful that she was there, as was I'm not sure who that performer was before him. Carrie Underwood spoke on it. I mean, hers was a bit more like, it was more about the show rather than, it being a case of, I'm just really glad that she was here to represent and actually show that kind of diversity within, this realm of music. I mean, it's more just, it felt more that, it's a 50 years, so we want to pull in as many people as we can to elevate the show. Well, I don't, okay. All I know is that performance was sick. It was a vibe. The whole thing was a vibe. Like, I don't understand anybody could watch that and not be like, oh, that was a great performance. And let me just enjoy that. So if this was the thing that did set her back to like, yo, okay, cool. I cannot tell you how much I rate that come up. I rate that just okay, cool. Let me show you a little something. Let me show you a little something, because okay, watch me now. So yeah, man, I'm here for it. I've got the album on pre-order, but obviously when it comes out, hopefully we'll get to. I'm gonna do a full reaction to it, because I think I just think it's gonna be a moment, and just like I did for Renaissance Part 2, I think with that one I only did like a minute of each song to kind of just see what the flavor was, but I think I'm gonna do like a full reaction of each one and whack it on Patreon, and then see what I'm able to share on YouTube. I don't know. We'll have to see what the copyright laws or the copyright police are like for that one. But no, I think that was such an awesome performance, and I cannot stress it enough in terms of like being just a beacon for someone, and this stands for so many things, right? Remember, my channel is not political. I don't like to get political at all, but you've got to rate someone when it comes to their music not being accepted in certain spaces, which is very reminiscent to what things were like before. That said, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to create that space. And maybe one day we'll get to the point where we don't even have to have this discussion. Let's leave that there and let's let the numbers speak for themselves. So yeah, man, I'd love to know what everyone else thought of this. Obviously, it's probably a very sticky area for some people. It's very black and white for me, but you know, this is why we have the spaces we have, right? So let's see what other people think about that. But yeah, if you did enjoy this, then please drop me a like and subscribe. That'd be amazing. Thank you very much. And I'm doing this full time now, so if you do want access to this video before everybody else, and you know, other reactions and stuff, then please do drop me a like and subscribe. I'll be very, very grateful for that. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one.